Good morning, guys. How's it going? 8:45 on the dot. I think we're live. Good morning to everybody. Just say hello if you can hear me and we're all good. If anybody's welcome to just say hello in the chat and just tell me if the volume and everything's good. Everything's okay. No jitteriness. That would be fabulous. Here he is, Nando. Good morning. Right, so you can hear me then, matey? Nan? Good morning. What a day yesterday. Good morning. Brilliant. Right, we're on. Brilliant. Lucas, hi. How you doing? Are you Lucas on Twitter, Lucas? Have I been speaking to you? Dan Oldfield. Morning, guys. Steve, how you doing? Two Steves. Good. Brilliant. Fabulous. All good on the mic. Marky Mark. Yep. Sounds good. Brilliant. Good morning, chaps. Well, what a shit show of a day it was yesterday. 90 quid down. So that sucks completely. But let's get into it quickly. Yesterday, right, I felt it was one of them days where you hear it, don't you, where you've done everything right and you've not been rewarded for it. So what do I mean by that, right? I did everything right yesterday from my strategy perspective. Now, there were certain points yesterday where my discretionary sort of gut was telling me that I probably wasn't doing the right thing, but I haven't back-tested on gut feel, and loads of people got into me yesterday saying, like, why are you buying the DAX up here? Like, why did you not wait for a pullback on it? I've got people in my DM saying that. I appreciate what you're saying, but I just have to obviously execute my strategy correctly every day, and then I know I will make money, because there's so many times like yesterday where I have brought those highs and it just carried on going up all day and it didn't pull back again. And I was in that trade yesterday. Let me just go through and show you, just so we can have it all verified history. I was in that trade yesterday. You can see this is when I closed it out at 15.58 on the first trade, and I was in it. I opened it at 3.52s and I got out of it at 15.295. So you can see that first trade yesterday that I was in, which I took live at around 9 in the morning, I held that thing all day till 4 p.m. and it went in profit, out of profit, in profit, out of profit, and it never really got going. And I'll just show you what I was seeing, and this is how I trade. So just trying to talk people through it. So yesterday, right, I'm expecting an update. I've seen these days where you get massive down days, huge down days, and the next day when we bounce, a lot of the time you don't get a pullback to get in with. So I'm thinking to myself, if I'm buying the highs here, this is where my entry was, that this low here isn't going to be broken all day. That's all I'm thinking. I'm not too fussed about the entry, because people are saying, well, oh, you should have waited for a pullback. In hindsight, that's fantastic. But what happens if we didn't get a pullback? What happens if we just went parabolic all day? I've seen it happen before, right? So in my experience, just get in long. And if we're going to have an up day, you won't be stopped out. And as you can see, if you're waiting for the pullback and you're trying to hold and you're in here, you still got stopped out where I did anyway, really. You might have been able to manage the trade or whatever and, scalp in, scalp out. But if you can do that and you're genuinely a profitable trader over the long term, you're a better trader than me, right? So all I'm looking at is, I try not to get worried about the ins and outs of the day, all the little price action sequences. If it's an up day, all I'm trying to do is make money by 9 p.m. at the close, that's it. And if it's a down day, all I'm trying to do is position myself so that my stop doesn't get hit by 9 p.m. at the close, that's it. So all the little rotations that you see and stuff like that, that's for better traders than me. I am not going to sit here and say, like, I'm going to start trading these rotations up, short, down. It's just not for me. But yesterday I come in, I had a solid feeling that we were going to have an update. I thought it could be parabolic because of the down move the day before. I thought that this stop here, where I put my stop underneath this low, wouldn't get hit. And I was thinking, I'm going to just try and hold it all day till 9 p.m. Now it didn't work for me. I got stopped out here, as you can see, at 4 p.m, which ties in with the stop getting hit there. As you can see, at 15.58, so my stop got hit and I lost 62 quid, which is fine. Tried to do the right thing all day though, and this is what I mean. My base case was to hold that trade all day. I tried to do it and I didn't get rewarded for it today. But on another day, when this thing doesn't pull back and it just keeps going and going and going, and I'm like 6 or 7 up, I will be rewarded for having the patience to hold on to it. So, you know, like this is, and it was, I'm not going to say it was easy. It was tough. You know, like I kept on going, showing a profit, and then I showed a profit, and then it'd rotate back down, and then I was showing a profit, and it'd rotate back down, and show a profit, and then rotate back down. But I've got no way of knowing that this isn't, you know, like on this candle here at 14.45, yeah, I'm thinking to myself, this is off to the races. Now, I can mess with it. I could have scalped out. I could have like done all different things to change, you know, like the input of the trade and like try and take some off, put some on. But then if it would have gone, then I would have been doing myself a disservice, because I haven't back tested to get involved in the day and do things. You know, I have certain parameters. I have to stick to them. So, you know, like this is how I trade, and I appreciate that there might have been better entries and stuff like that, but I'll say this, you know, yesterday I didn't make my broker rich. You know, like a long time ago I would have been long, I would have been short, I would have been long, but I probably still wouldn't have made any money. So it is what it is. I got stopped out here. I made another entry though, and this is the one that's not irritated me last night. I don't know if you can notice, I didn't have a very good night's sleep last night. But again, all the parameters of my strategy for the second entry were hit properly. Like I didn't just take it on a whim or a punt or because I'd lost the first trade. So let me show you how I looked at it on the second trade before we get into the chart. But my entry was here at 4.30, right? Now I'm thinking to myself, yes, I've been stopped out here. Let me just put this line in for you. My stop was beneath this low. Now I'm thinking to myself, right, this looks like it could go now. At 14.30, I enter long here. But the reasoning behind that trade wasn't just the DAX, it was the Dow. And if you can see, this is the Dow's initial balance that I use. We'd had a dip beneath it, and then at this same candle at 4.30, I'm thinking to myself, right, okay, this thing's not accepted as having a down day. The leg down's failed. We're back inside the Dow's balance, which is like a massive sort of point to me towards, you know, my bias for the day. And I'm thinking to myself, right, okay, I think this thing's going to go. I could, you know, like if I was trading the Dow, I would put my stop beneath this low. But then I looked at the DAX and it's like the exact same chart. And I'm thinking to myself, right, okay, so if the Dow's going to go at this point in time here, and the DAX is going to go at this point in time here, then I'm going to put my stop beneath this low. I'm going to risk another 60 quid. And I'm going to hold it. I'm going to see what happens, because I'm thinking at this point here, all of this to the right hasn't happened. So if you can imagine, you know, like my thinking there, I'm thinking we're going to go to there and we're going to run into the close. We're going to get a proper sort of risk on and we're going to go. But it didn't work like that for me. But what I did do was I took my position off and only lost 30 quid. And I got out of it in here. But the problem that I had was as well, there's no excuses. I was managing my lads' football last night from 6 till 7. So in this period here, I wasn't able to do anything because I wasn't in front of my phone or my computer or anything. Now, I would have held this till close. So I would have been getting out here at 03s till close. And by manually closing it down at 17s, I managed to save myself a little bit of money. But that's how it was. Now, I did the right thing all day. I did. I wasn't rewarded for it. So that is how it trades sometimes. But the next day, I'm in the market. If I'm tempted to start messing with my trade again because of today and how I felt today and how I would have been proved right by listening to my gut feeling and, you know, messing with it, scalping out of it too early or closing the trade down, I can guarantee what will happen that day is that will be the day that the market runs and it will go 5, 6, 7, 8R and I will have messed with it and messed myself up. So I've just got to stick to it. It is what it is. And, you know, it sucks to have a losing day. It really does. And I might have another one today. Who knows? That's always a possibility. So I aren't going to, you know, come out here and say it was a great day. It sucked. But I did everything right. And if you ask me, this, you know, like the same again, would you do the same again today? I definitely would do. And that might sound crazy, but I wouldn't have changed everything. I got my execution right. I risked the right amount right. My bias was intact. I kept my execution of my strategy correctly. I wasn't just punting for the sake of it. So, you know, yes, it was a losing day. I did everything right. But if the same happens today, I will definitely do it again, 100%, just because it could be the big day that I'm after. So we'll have to see what happens. DAX has just broke its balance by the looks of things, hasn't it? So yeah, morning. So let me say good morning to you. But is that an honest review? I can't be any more honest with you guys than that. I've showed you my history. You can see that the money's knocked off. It is what it is. I do apologise, and I'm glad to see that I saw some people yesterday tweeting to me, and they had good trades. They had winning trades. That's awesome. Sierra, morning. Haha, that Dow drive up got in the game long and whacked me in the nads too. So you were on that, were you? Yeah. I'll say this as well, right? The reason that I held my DAX trade for so long, and this is how sneaky sometimes these markets are. Let me just show you this. This held me in the DAX trade yesterday. So I'm thinking about getting out of my DAX yesterday. On this rundown here, I'm thinking about getting out of my DAX trade and closing it. And I think I was showing like a 20 quid loss at that point. But this Dow goes through its IB here at the low, and I'm thinking to myself, right, this looks like it could be a fake trap here. You get this fantastic pin bar which takes the low, sweeps all the liquidity through the IB, and I'm thinking at this point here, this thing is going to go to here. Like that would be a great long entry for me on another day. I'm thinking that this is going to go here. So I'm holding my DAX trade thinking, right, okay, I'm showing a 20 quid loss, but this looks really good. I'm into this, so I'll hold it. And in hindsight, I got washed out, so it wasn't. But it's just, like would look like such a good trade to me on any other day. And it just didn't quite go with it. But then when I saw us close back inside that IB, on this candle here, this specific candle, I'm thinking to myself, we're off to the races again. But it just didn't do it again, and then it washed everybody out into the close. So it was tough, real tough day. Let's say good morning to everybody. Good morning, Sam. Sam Cavanagh Trading's in here. Good morning, mate. How are you doing? Ian Kingsley. Good morning. Trader Z. Good morning. Good trade yesterday, by the way, Trader Z. That chart you sent me was excellent, buddy. Pinpoint accuracy, superb. Zach. Hello, son. How you doing? Good morning to you. What are you up to? Caught up on these other days being increasing so much, you climbing Mount Everest to call IG. Dante blowing out your cheeks, scalping on coke. Keep it up, lads. Yeah, mate, gotta have a bit of fun on me, man. It's boring if you don't. But I'm not gonna lie, I've come in today and I'm not in the best of moods, to be honest with you. I felt really hard done to last night. I was sat there just thinking, like, for fuck's sake, I've got to go on tomorrow and explain this, but it sucks, it really does, but this is trading, isn't it? And I didn't have a very good night's sleep, as I've said, and you wake up this morning, I'm sort of half dreading it coming on here, because we can't all just make money every day, but this is the roller coaster of trading. Now, I'm being perfectly honest with you. I said yesterday, right, my account for this month is not too bad, even with the loss yesterday. I haven't had a bad month, and I knew that I would be coming into a losing streak. Now, I'm not going to lie to you, I could go on a losing streak for the rest of this week. I've just got to be very careful now and make sure I execute everything perfectly, and hope it just works out for me. But you never know, it could happen. I could be under $3,000 by Friday, but we'll just have to see. We'll just have to see what happens. I will get a big one again, but it's one of them. You just have to wait for them. I just take a few small losses, then I'll get a 5 or 6 or 7 or trade again. But yeah, roller coaster. And like yesterday, you sat here biting your nails, you're sweaty. Because I'm not going to lie to you, yesterday I was watching the market all day. I've said to you in the past, I don't like to watch it. But because that position just kept on going in and out of profit all day, I was just thinking, like, it's like the worst position ever to be in. And it happens sometimes. I just prefer the ones where I get stopped out straight away and I'm done. Like, that's my favourite trade. If I can just get stopped out within half an hour and do my day's risking in like the first hour, brilliant. That suits me. And I know that sounds crazy, but you're just off the roller coaster and you know where you stand. You know you're done for the day. But yesterday was the hardest day ever because constantly in and out of profit, down, up. So you're constantly thinking, like, your gut's telling you to mess with it, do something, stand in, be this trader, be this ledge, like, cut this trade. But then, well, what happens if it would have gone? What happens if it would have gone for me and it would have been a big winner? It was always possible. you know, with the volatility that we're seeing, that if it would have gone, it would have really, really gone and gone parabolic. So I had to hold it, and it was just gut wrenching. It was. Yeah, nothing to explain. Yeah, that just being honest, guys. Nick, you're short the DAX. Opening range breakout for 2R 15391. Good lad. So you've just taken that little retest, have you, pal? On a 1 minute chart, are you? Let's have a look. You've hit it here, have you? If you have, good trade, dude. You mustn't have had much risk on, though, to be 2R up already. Change, yes, I got your email yesterday, mate. I did. I'm not gonna lie to you though, buddy. I was so drained last night, and I'd gone to I had to go and do Henry's football coaching. So by the time I got in from there, it was late, and my head was fried, buddy. But I'll have a look at it today. So yeah, sorry I haven't got back to anybody. If anybody got back to me last night, you know, evening time, I was fried, and I've been same as say I'd had a busy night as well with life. You know, like normal life gets in the way sometimes, doesn't it? Just want to sit here staring at the charts all night. But yeah, you went short at 443s when it broke below the opening range. First 5 minute candle at 5 a.m. risking above the candle. Right. Let's have a look. I get you. Yeah. 443s. Can't see what you're doing. Have your opening range on a 1 minute time for it? First 5 minute candle at 8 a.m. risking above the candle. Right. I get you. But for me, the opening range, we never got through the top of the opening range, Nick. So you might be looking at one that's slightly different than me. I always use the first sort of 8 a.m. 5 minute candle. I do. So yours might be a little bit different to me. Zach, are you still listening, son? How are you doing this morning? Talk to me. Nice trade, Nick. Brilliant. It's really good. If you've seen something up there, that's awesome. Very good trade. I wished I was 2R up for the day and out already. I think this is going to be a bit of a shit show today again. I really do. I can see it. Obviously, you've got some big sort of economic pointers, haven't you, today, which can... I find days like today to be high probable that we sort of... This candle here will push us back into balance, and then we'll just chop all day until the data comes out, until the dreaded meetings happened or whatever. But that's what will happen today. My base case is. And then once that's happened, that's when we'll start to get the flows. But I'm not going to touch anything unless we. I'm looking for like maybe a push lower and a pullback, and then I'd maybe consider getting short. But just the probability of making money, I don't know with that meeting. I'm not sure. Let's just have a look. No, there's going to be nothing on for me at all, I'm afraid. I'm not rushing you. No, I know you're not changed. I know, sorry. I just feel bad for not getting back to people, that's all. Because I did see it last night. I did have a quick look at it, to be fair. But I didn't have time to have an in-depth look at it and to offer you anything of any value. Rather than saying thank you. So I'll have a look at it and get back to you, buddy. But thank you very much for sending it. Gold is flirting with me. Gold is always flirting with me, Trader's Ed. What's it doing? Winking at you. Just be careful. That's all I'll say with gold. It's a slippery snake. It's like a Thai stripper. You never know what you've got till you get it home and have a look at it properly. I want to add some big IB stay out rules and leave the last lot on to the end. Yeah, that's how I see it, mate. I always want to leave some on to the end. You never know them days that go parabolic, and I used to always be on the wrong side of them, always. So, and nobody knows when they'll happen, really. Nobody. You have little sort of pointers, but nobody knows when we're going to get a proper trend day. Because if they did, they'd be the richest person in the world, wouldn't they? So it's just about always trying to keep a little bit on for the the day when everything just goes out the window and the market just makes a run for it, one side all afternoon, like from 4 p.m. till 9 p.m. it just goes and goes and goes, and it doesn't pull back. It doesn't ever give anybody a chance to get in. So you're either in or you're not, and you're watching it from the sidelines thinking, I wish I was in. So the only thing you can do is be in, isn't it, and buy the ticket. And if it goes your way, then great. Make sure you smash the market and leave as much as you can on. Golds and minks, yeah, it is terrible. It's a tricky market, gold is. I do sometimes swing trade gold, sometimes, but it's not part of my strategy or anything. I will try and buy and sell some on a longer time frame. No, Sherlock, I don't do that. No, not on my DAX. You see, this is where I differ from everybody else. Let me explain what I mean, right? I don't believe in support and resistance. I believe support and resistance only exists on days where the technical, smaller hands are controlling the market. What do I mean by that, right? So on days when the big dicks are in the market, they aren't bothered about support and resistance. I don't think they are. I think they just buy and sell the market when they have to, and they get the business done, and they don't care about what retail traders like me, you, or whatever are thinking about support and resistance wise. Now, I'm saying that with the indexes, right? I don't know so much about currencies. I think currencies do sort of stick to levels a little bit more. But with the indexes, from what I've seen, if it's risk on, they're just buying. And if it's risk off, they're just selling. They will sell straight through your support and they will buy straight through your resistance. It doesn't really exist from what I've seen. Now, on the days when the big guys aren't in the markets, support and resistance does exist. And my strategy on those days tends to not do as well. But it's one of them. There's only certain clues that you can get when the big guys are in the market. And now sometimes they're in it and you don't know until the moves happened, and you can see that somebody isn't bothered about support and resistance and they're just buying. But I still have to buy the ticket in the morning. So when the technical smaller guys are sort of trading the market and controlling the market, I tend to lose 1R or have a losing day. But when them bigger guys are in the market and they move it, they're the days that I'm in, and I just hold. Similar to Friday, right? That was proper risk off. That wasn't anybody that was any prop firms or any technical traders that were controlling that market. That's proper risk off. That's your big boys who are getting out the market and smashing it. Now on them days, nobody knew where it could have gone down to. Nobody did. Like, it just carried on going down. And I saw loads of people trying to buy it, and lots of people probably had their losing days that day. So that's what I mean. Like, support and resistance doesn't exist for me. I just try and jump on the flow of the day, and that's it, and keep it very simple. So I don't know if you can all understand that, but that's just how I see it. And at the end of the day, I'm not trying. I haven't got a crystal ball. I'm not Paul Tudor Jones, but I just try and keep it very, very simple like that. Trying to front run Wales, not trying to front run them, Steve, because I don't think I'm that clever. But if I see the market being pushed to one side of balance, and somebody having a real good push that way, I'm just expecting them to do more buying throughout the day. So that's what I try and jump onto if we can get a pullback that I'm happy with. Right, so Ed Lee, I was an equity trader at JP Morgan for 1.5 years out of uni. Awesome, mate. We would sit there and say, look at this nice level, and then push a big clip through and take it out. Meaningless. Now that's my experience. That's what I've seen in the indexes, especially with FX and stuff like that. I'm not saying that happens as much, because currencies, as we know, tend to mean revert a lot more. Indexes over time just go up, don't they? They have big pushes down, but over time, they do go up. Whereas currencies are a little bit, by nature, they tend to come back in, don't they? So levels, in my experience, levels will work better in currencies. I'm not saying that levels don't work. And you might be the best level trader in the world and be able to make money off indexes by trading levels. So I'm not saying that they don't work. I'm just saying, for me, in my experience and how I see the markets and how I trade, I don't use them. Because on the days when it moves, support and resistance for me doesn't exist. Go and look at Friday and look at any level that you would have tried to buy on the downside on Friday, and it will have just been pulled. you know, they will have just gone straight through it. And on them days, they're the days where I try and, you know, make money if I can. I did say, look at that there, you see? There's another guru call. £60 a month coming in. What did I say 10 minutes ago? This candle here could go back into balance and close back into balance. Well, look where we are. Back into balance. 1-0 to the guru. So I've earned thousands of pounds today, and I'm going to tweet that out later on Twitter, you know, so I can get loads of followers. And the plans, guys, will be out next week for that. I want £60 a month, though. Have I traded it? Have I made any money from it? No. None. Have I lost money this week? Yes. So do I deserve a £60 a month trading plan and for you to be paying me because I made this call and got it right? You know, like if I was a guru and I'd be saying, oh yeah, I got all my losses back out of that trade. You know, I'm up for the week now. You know, that's what I'm saying. Like, ban the plan. It's crap. It's rubbish. Execution is what everything is about. And I lost with my execution yesterday. So there you go, guys. Perfect example. Yeah, you can see what I said. I think we're going to go back into balance. Well, if I was a guru now, that'd be tweeted out, and I'd be celebrating with bottles of Moët and Dom Perignon. Absolutely. Do you get what I'm saying about them plans and stuff? That's what I mean by it, guys. I'm not trying to be a dick or anything, but it's just proved my point, hasn't it? Execution is everything in this game. It really is. Let's have a read what people are saying. Has anybody got any trades they're doing today, or is everybody waiting, by the way? WB Investing, right, so this is what I point out. I want to grab this guy, right? WB Investing is not Will Brown Trading, the guy that ripped me off. Just want to point that out, because I thought about that the other day. And when WB Investing was on, WB Investing looks, I've seen him on Twitter for a while. He seems like a good guy. So check him out on Twitter, follow him. But he's not Will Brown Trading, the guy that's on YouTube shilling all that... shilling all them plans that don't work that I brought and had to get my money back. He's a different guy. He's just, unfortunately, he's got the first two initials the same as Will Brown Trading. Aiden lost 1R yesterday too. Did you, Aiden? What were you doing, mate? Execution with risk manager is everything indeed. It is, buddy, yeah. Just been a rough month. Give him back 3R made at the start. Yeah. Well, thank you for being honest, Aiden. Can you do anything about that? Have you been executing your strategy properly? Sorry. Have you risked right? If that's the case, just crack on, buddy. You've just got to get through it. We never just have a straight line up, do we? It's always a roller coaster. No, bro, I'm not WB Trading. Yeah, I wanted to point that out for everybody. WB. Unfortunately, dude, you've got the first two initials. You might want to change that. Take your point on levels. The counter to your point is that most days are not trend days. Most are range days when levels are good guides. Anyway, horses for courses, innit? Yes, Mark, exactly. But from my perspective, I found that levels tend to work better. This is why I use the IB, right? This is a massive point to it. I find that levels work better on days when we're around the IB here. So for me, like, you know, like you could I could draw this level in here. So, but I don't trade in the IB, so I get your point completely. But I always have the IB in there as sort of a failsafe for me as well. But I've noticed, I don't know if you've noticed this, on days with big IBs, the levels in the market, the technical levels tend to work better for entries and exits. So I think they do work. But for me, if we get above balance, we're far more likely to have a trend update and then for that support and resistance to not exist. So it's all the context that you overlay into your trade, which is why I use balance. So that's a great point. I don't know if you've seen that, Mark. Can you see that days when we're above balance and we're trending up, do you find that your levels don't work as resistance? Or if we're underneath balance and we're trending down, do you find that your levels don't work as support as much? And you know, if you're trading a big balance day, then levels tend to work better. Technical levels tend to work better, and I've seen it. You can draw a 50% level in across the middle of the IB, which I think it's going to be about there, and you can get some good trades off that as well throughout the day if you go down on a shorter time frame. There's loads of stuff that you can do with it, loads of little edges and stuff. So I'm not saying that levels don't work. They definitely do, but there's certain day types where they work better. And by me keeping out of when the day types are in balance, I find that the levels, when we go out of it, they stop working as much, and when we go below it, they stop working as much as being support and resistance. So I always overlay that to the context as well, Mark, if you understand. So yeah, in this balance zone here, levels might work, even you know, like just like 20 points or 20 ticks above each high and low of balance. You might find that technical levels work a lot better, and you can pinpoint really tight entries and exits. You might do, but for me, once we broke through balance, and once we broke through balance this side, you know, there's flow there, isn't there? Somebody's pushed us out. Somebody with big pockets is moving the market now. If they carry on, then they're the type of days that I make money on. Let me just say this, right? One thing that a good point to my system is, and this might help people, is why do I use the initial balance? And the reason is it's way harder to spot the days that you should be trading on than the days that you shouldn't. Now, I know for a fact that I used to do my arse on days that were consolidation days, and them days would spend most of the day in balance. So it was way easier for me to use the balance as a guide for when not to trade. Now, that means that points me in the right direction, and I use that guide as giving me the days when I'm most likely to earn money. So when we're inside balance, I'm not likely to make money. When we get a huge balance relative to ATR, I'm not likely to make money. When we get a tight balance and we break above it, then I find that support and resistance and levels, technical levels, don't exist as much. That's the context that I try and put into the market every day to give me the probability type of, yes, you might be able to make money today. No, you're better off doing nothing, if you understand. Will Brown Trading is WB Trading. Yeah, he is, Liam. He definitely is. That's his username. I don't follow him, but he's on YouTube. He's doing like loads of little stupid videos and stuff before. If you ever click on a trading view, like a trading video on YouTube, it's highly likely that dude comes up. I've seen an even worse one that's come on lately. I don't know if anybody's seen him. He's called Danny's Trades. This guy's like, he must be like 19. He's like, it would be impossible. Like, he would have had to trade from the age of 5 years old to have as much experience as, like, it's just impossible. Like, how, and I'm not saying he's not the world's best trader, but if he is, what's he doing on YouTube shilling signals? Why is he not at JP Morgan? It's like, just come on, mate. He's like got pictures of somebody on a jet ski and like somebody in a Range Rover, as if that gives him credibility. He's probably on holiday with his mum and dad. The guy is, you know, like, he's on holiday. He's got on a Thompson's holiday with his mum and dad, and he's like taking all pictures as if he's a baller. Unbelievable. Has anybody seen that guy, Danny's Trades or Danny Trades? It's like £50 a month or something to subscribe to his signals. Oh my god. In my experience, I struggle to make money trading the DAX on the HTF. Higher time frames. I'm a level trader. There's a lot of harsh movements. Definitely, Trader Z, that's what I said about the DAX. It's literally whatever you think's going to work on any given day. It's normally the stuff that you're not confident in that ends up being the biggest winning trades. Which is why yesterday I had to take that long, right? Because most people would think, what are you buying up there for? What are you buying up there for? Like, you know, that's not how we technically trade. You know, listen to me, I'm making millions trading. Okay, mate, all right, whatever. But the trades that don't make any sense normally work the best. I don't really use IB, to be honest. I have in mind, but that's all. Everything I do is context and flow around levels, but I scalp, and unless it's a runner, will not look to hold all day. Mark, yeah, so you trade completely different than me, Mark, don't you? Horses for courses and that, as you just said, pal. Have you considered trading a pooled account with a small buy-in, 5 to 10k, something like eToro? I haven't, to be fair, mate. No, I haven't even looked into it. Thanks for the pointer, though, Ed. Hey up, here we go. Flocked him on YouTube last night, guys. Who, the Danny Trades or WB? Which one? Hey up, the big man's in. The Range Rover Danny has. Yes, that's the dude, Tom. You know him. You know that guy. I think we should all subscribe. How good would that be? He would think that he's made it, wouldn't he? We should all subscribe. Get 50 of us subscribe to his trades. Amazing. Tom, you haven't got your Range Rover still yet, Tom. Disappointed in that. He's spending 500 quid a week renting cars. He needs to get his Range Rover brought so he can be a proper guru. Get that bike gone and get your Range Rover brought. Are you feeling okay today, Tom? After your vaccine, let me know how you're feeling, bro. Imagine Tom Dante in a Lamborghini. That wouldn't look right, would it? Tom in a Lambo. I imagine Tom in a Fiat Panda, I do, with like all Greg's packets and stuff in the front of it, with all crumbs all over him. I don't know why, because he's obviously a freaking great trader, but for some reason he's just the image he portrays. So I imagine Tom Dante in a Fiat Panda with like all McDonald's and bags of McDonald's and stuff in the front of it in the footwell. I don't know why, Tom, I'm sorry. I just do. But that's cool, isn't it? I'm so glad that you're like that, because you don't give a shit, and I love that about you. It's a good thing. We don't, the whole Lambo crew and stuff like that, it's just all ridiculous. So well done to you, good lad. Oh, good, brilliant. Tom in a shopping trolley, more like, yeah, exactly. And I don't know why, because the guy trades a bigger account than probably all of us in here put together. And that is true. That is verified. But for some reason, I just imagine it, I don't know why, in a shopping trolley or something like that. It's so strange, but it's a great image to have. What a ledge. Reliant Robin. Yeah, something like that. I phoned him up the other day and he answered the phone, video call to me with all crumbs all over his jumper, as if he'd just been stuffing a pasty into his face like here, and he just opened the phone and you see he's got all crumbs all over his chest. I was just like, you are such a tramp, it's unbelievable, but it made my day. It was dead funny. It just doesn't give a shit. Amazing. Like, if that was me, I'd be like, at least in the mirror, like, if Tom's ringing me, like, just making sure I look okay. But who gives a shit, man? Who cares? That's not what it's about, is it? No ego. Like, to have that no ego, that's such a great thing. And I love that. It's amazing. Rolling up to football and he's beating up Fiat Panda. Yeah, the Fiat Panda is the ultimate guru car, isn't it? It is such an amazing car. Tom Dante and Mark keeping a tuk-tuk. That'd be good. What are you doing, Tom? Have you spotted anything? Any trades going for you, Mr. Dante? Come on, jump on. Tell us what you're in or what you're looking at. Have you spotted anything? Is there any potential edges for these ledges in my room? Give us something. Give us a stop. Give us an entry. Give us an exit. Let's see what you're made of. I bet you haven't even looked at it this morning, have you, if I know you? I bet you sat there on your couch reading a book, eating a bacon sandwich or something, feeling sorry for yourself after your vaccine. Tanya's got the paracetamol and the kettle on. And the ice bun's out. Definitely. That's what's going on this morning, without a doubt. Get on the stream, Tom. Get him on the mic. I've asked him, Nick. I've asked him, to be fair. Hopefully we're going to do one, though. I think we're going to do one. The problem is that Tom's told me he'll do one once he gets below 14 stone, which... because he said he doesn't want to come on it if he's feeling like he's overweight. But I'll just tell you guys, that's never going to happen. That is not going to happen. You've got more chance of me trading this account to 10 grand than that happening. Like, there's no way. There's no way that Tom's coming on here if he says he's not coming on until he's lost weight. He loves his ice buns too much. It's not happening. The only orders Tom puts in nowadays are delivery orders. That's it. That's all he does. Not market orders. Mark, I tweeted you and Tom last night. Have a look. Trader Z. Trader Z, where are you from, dude? Are you from the UK? Let me know where you're from. Are you UK based? America or Europe? I was in bed last night when I saw that tweet come. I was in bed for 9:30. Tom has the diet of a Bulgarian supermodel. He has the diet of a Bulgarian womble, more like, not a supermodel. Sam, you're a fit lad. What are you up to today, Tam? Sam, tell us what you're up to. Sam's the guy with the prop firm in Glasgow. Don't know if you've seen him. Have a look at him, check him out. He's got a prop firm in Glasgow. I'll just talk about Sam for a bit. He does very sort of, how can I put it, polished YouTube videos that might suck you into thinking he's going down the guru line. But I've been told by somebody that he's not, and he is actually a legitimate trader. He can trade. So ignore the polished guru-y type videos that he puts on. I think they're all for his younger clientele, maybe. But I've seen that Sam's a bit of a ledge, so check him out. I think he trades very similar to Tom Dante, though, similar type of ways of looking at the market. So maybe he's a mini Tom, mini ledge. Sam, you should dye your hair grey and put some weight on. Then you could be like mini Tom, mini me, and drive around together in that i8 of yours, you and Tom. It'd be like Austin Powers, the remake of Austin Powers. Guru stuff, mate, you wouldn't be interested in. No, I can see what you're doing. It's the client, like the young lads on YouTube and stuff that are into that type of stuff. Obviously that's the funnel, and I can see that that's what you're doing, so fair play to you. But I have heard you can trade, so well done to you. There's not many young lads that are in the market and are willing to put themselves out there like that, so well done. Keep it up, pal. BBC loves Sam. The BBC loves Sam. You know what, Matty? I thought... I'm not even going to tell you what my first thoughts about what you just put on. I wasn't thinking BBC. I was thinking Big Black. Something else loves Sam. Sorry, that's my mind for you. Could everybody see Matty's comments there? BBC loves Sam. Sorry, Sam. I'm here for the signals to funnel them into my groups. Yeah. Sam, you're not going to get any signals off me, dude. Fade me. Because half the time my entries go massively offside before going onside. So fade me, bro. Seriously. Get your boys fading me. But just don't fade me when it goes parabolic. That's the only thing I'll say. BBC's love Sam. Sorry, Sam. Big black charts, yeah, exactly. Bigger the better. Dark mode for me on IG all day, every day. Dog farting. So yeah, guys, there's nothing going on for me today. Nothing. This is a perfect day where I can go and enjoy my day. I will set an alert beneath here, and I'll set an alert above here, and I can just go for a run, or I can go and do something. Now, you can bet your bottom dollar that the minute I go on my run and start getting into my run about 2 kilometres in, don't really run very far, that my alerts will start going off. That's what normally happens. Like, this is the, like Murphy's Law, innit? Whatever can go wrong will go wrong with this shit, and it always does. So, yeah, I'll be breathing out my arse, sweating everywhere, and I'll get an alert saying, oh, if the market's broke its balance, get back home, you fat bitch. You need to get home and get on your computer. But yeah, that'll probably happen. Markets have really overreacted to this Evergrande scare, grind up into the Fed. I think that, Nick, I really do. Like, for me, are the Fed going to come out and do something? Like, maybe this has happened just before the Fed, just to sort of, make them... Maybe this is, like, I'm not trying to sound like a conspiracy nut, but maybe this has been done so that the Fed, don't do anything stupid, or, this little pullback. Maybe it's just been done on purpose. Maybe the Evergrande thing was just a reason. They thought, oh, fuck it, we might as well sell it. We've got a reason. We can sell it now, which will then, mean that on the FOMC meeting we can sort of, not rock the market, not do what everybody's... I don't know. It's just, things like that for me just... They don't happen by coincidence, do they? So... It wouldn't surprise me if we were smack bang up again by Friday. It really wouldn't. But you've just got to trade what happens, haven't you? It wouldn't surprise me if this, like this low here, the 19th of July. Look what we did. We just went straight back up, and that's what I was thinking yesterday. But I thought we could potentially just go straight back up to the top of that candle. So it wouldn't surprise me if something like this happened. As you can see, similar days as well. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then obviously you get the push up on the Thursday and Friday. That could happen, couldn't it? Thursday and Friday, why not? It's happened before there, even the same days of the week and everything. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, look, Change, you put it right there. they need a liquidity event as an excuse. Exactly what I was thinking. But you put it in the right wording for me. Yeah, perfect. Well done, Change. Had the same thought myself. Yeah, so market-wise, we're thinking there, Sam. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Now, we might all be completely wrong, and we might absolutely shit the bed for whatever reason. Who knows? But you've got to be aware of that happening, definitely, because I think that's probably the higher probability to happen than is shitting the bed and going down, 1,000 points or whatever, and breaking the lows that we made over the last couple of days. The higher probability to me is we just grind straight back up again. Do you use DMAs for swing trades at all? No, mate, I don't. Don't use anything really. Sam, Trader Zed's calling you out. Are you watching Pound Dollar today? Where's Tom gone anyway? I asked him for a trade and he's disappeared. Mr. Dante. What a ledge. So yeah, guys, has anybody got anything else they want to say? Is there anything that anybody else wants to say or point out? If not, I'm going to jump off. I'm going to go because I'm going to go and do something else with my day. I might go and have a run. Get some of this fat off my belly. It's starting to appear from all the stress with this job. The probabilities are, with what's happening, we're going to obviously just chop around, isn't it? He was getting too much grief. Gone for an ice bun. Right, so when we're talking about ice buns, Aidan, we're talking about, I don't know if you know, do you ever go to Marks and Spencer's or Waitrose where you get those finger buns and they're like absolutely amazing. So they're about like this big. They look like a small hot dog bun, but it's like a brioche and they've got a piece of icing on top, and you can get them white or you can get them pink with the jam in the middle. Like, how nice are they? They are so good. I love them. I can do a pack of them in like 10 minutes. And then I'll go on a run. Like, absolutely ridiculous. So I'll go on a run and then come and do a pack of them in. Unbelievable. It's like my trading. 1 step forward, 2 steps back. I said I'm sitting here with a cup of coffee. I took the day off in case the vaccine didn't. Yeah, probably for the best, Ledge. If this drops out of IB short, how would you trade it? I wouldn't just hit it, I don't think, Dan. I wouldn't just hit it short on this one, just because of the day type. My base case is the probability today we chop around, so I wouldn't want this to just roll down and hit it here. I wouldn't know. I would need to see as to go and break this low here, potentially drop and then pull back and hit it there. But I don't think that's going to happen. I really don't. And I would be very, very sort of standoffish with that trade. I wouldn't want to be jumping into it anyway. So if that helps, Dan, just be extra cautious today. There's loads more days where you can make money, and these days, these release days and stuff, and day to days, the lead up to them especially tends to be a little bit of a chop fest. So obviously, you know what I'm saying. 9 p.m. comes and you've done your arse trading it. 7 p.m. isn't it? Sorry, 19. Yeah. 7 p.m. comes and you've done your arse trading this, and then the market finally moves how you want it to. You've got a problem, haven't you? So keep your powder dry. That's what I would say. He's long ice buns. Yeah, definitely. That's the trade of the year, especially if me and Tom are buying them. You're gonna get no downside to that. Lidl Bakery is legit, to be fair. It is, buddy. Yeah, you can't tell people you shop in Lidl though, dude. If you're a guru. It's Marks and Spencer's all the way, or Harrods. I think Am and Nat shops in Harrods. He buys his cabbage from there. He won't be seen in Lidl. It's the type of, it's the things you have to promote. Did you see that dude last night on Instagram? What? Oh my God. Him and Sean. They are the top gurus, them two are. I think they had like 370 people in a room. I didn't watch it, but I clicked on it on Instagram and saw what they were doing. Since Brexit can't get a fuck all here and up. Yeah, mate. You didn't want Brexit, did you, Mark? But I appreciate that. You're living in Spain, aren't you, pal? So you definitely don't want Brexit or didn't want it. And I agree with you. Like, for your circumstances, it was an absolute terrible thing to happen. Desperate for an ice button. We'll send you some. Send me your postcode, Mark. I'll send you some if you want some. I'll go grab you some, dude. I'll send you some. If you send me your address over, if you want to, I'll send you a pack. They might be squashed by the time you get them, but they'll still be eatable. Sean Lee has entered the chat. Frozen donuts in Lidl. What are they? I've not seen them, Steve. I'll be down there in a minute. I might even take a run down there. I had a limit to sell gold at 1782 that didn't feel I pulled it. Now cracking level though. Okay, let's go and look at this. See what Tom's talking about. Where's gold? Right, so what's the level he's calling? 1782. Right, so if I know Tom, he's looking at that level there, that last low before breakdown, is it? So Tom's calling 82 as itself. I don't know if your chart's different than mine, but I imagine it's something like that level there, is it? That last low before the breakdown candle. And then sort of looking at shorting it in here or waiting for the level to get hit. Crack level, very nice. I'm short gold. Trader Zed's in. He's balls deep. He loves it. He looks like a good trader, Trader Zed does. His entries are clean. They'd be flattered than my trades by the time they got to Spain. Probably. Yeah, probably, dude. Well, I think you live in Marbella area, don't you, Mark? What an amazing thing to do that would. That would be amazing. I was looking into moving Spain. Me and my wife were not long ago. Probably about 3 years ago, just before the Brexit got finalised. We were looking into moving to a place called Calpe. We actually went over there and looked at some houses. But it just never worked out for us. So, yeah, it would have been lovely. But with everything that's happened now... with all the coronavirus stuff and that, I'm glad we stayed in England because, even getting home to see family and stuff like that would have been an absolute nightmare. So I'm glad we didn't now, really. Check it on the daily. Right, okay. I get you, Ledge. I can see now. Yes. That is a cracking level. You see, Tom's levels there, superb, fantastic. That is. Why did you pull it then, Tom? Just because you couldn't manage it or anything? Pulled it because of the vaccine. It is a good level. That is. That does look a good level to me. Yeah, nice call, Tom. I like that. Let me get back onto this turd DAX before I miss something. There you go. Trader Z, show off. Are you thinking about moving back, are you, Mark? Right. Yeah, you see, Mark, if you move back, we could go for a couple... Where were you based in England before? I think I've remembered speaking to you about it. I can't remember if you said it was like Huddersfield or Leeds. Am I correct? It didn't fill me. What didn't fill you, Tom? Your breakfast this morning, dude. So yeah, Mark, where you from? Let us know. Sound like Silver Black again. Where you from? What's your name and where'd you come from? It's just if you are moving back, let me know. I'll come and have a beer with you. Definitely. We'll compare DAX notes and levels. Holmfirth area. Whereabouts is that, Mark? Northwest Midlands? Where's Holmfirth? Can you give me a sort of bigger area to work with? Midlands, Northwest, Southwest, London, Northeast? Let me know. Just intraday for me, Nick. No swinging with the DAX. Same as say, tried it. couldn't make any money with it at all. Have a few scoops. Yeah, definitely, that'd be good. If you do. Trader said that doesn't sound gay at all. Does sound a little bit gay, really, Tom, if I'm being honest with you. We've had BBCs being talked about and people who haven't been filled properly. So all in the morning's work with the live stream. It's all getting a bit camp since you turned up, talking about your pink ice buns, if I'm being honest. Barnsley, Huddersfield, yeah, you see, that's it. I remember you saying that. I remember, I've spoken to you before a few times, haven't I? It's my, by the way, ledges, just to put it out, it's my 10-year anniversary tomorrow. So, yeah, I've been married for 10 years. So, wait there a minute. It's Wednesday today, isn't it? Yeah, Thursday. No, sorry, I'm wrong. Fuck, my wife's not listening. It's Friday. My 10-year anniversary is, but I'm doing something tomorrow afternoon, Thursday. I'm going to go Manchester for the night in a hotel, I think. Yeah, how bad's that? It's the 24th. Well, we got married in Mexico 10 years ago. So, been a long slog. It's been a tough paper round, let me tell you. But we're still at it. Still going strong. So we're doing something on Thursday night. I think we're going to go Manchester. I think we're going to go to that Hilton in Manchester, the Deansgate one, I think. Yeah, thank you. Thanks, guys. Tough paper round, though. Take me out off to anybody that's done 20. Congratulations. Thanks, Tom. If we traded as well as we bantered, we would definitely all be driving lords by now. Congrats. Yeah, so I'll keep you informed. I am going to be trading though. If I've got an entry on, I'll keep it on because we're not leaving until 2 p.m. tomorrow. So if I've got an entry on, I might as well leave it on because I run everything till close. So I will be in the market if there's anything that sets up for me tomorrow morning. I'll do the live stream tomorrow morning, but I just don't think I can do one on Friday morning because might be having a lazy morning in a hotel, lazy smutty morning. Hopefully, maybe not though. I don't know, we'll have to see. But bed and breakfast or something like that would be nice. I'll see what we can sort out. If you can't celebrate 10 years, then, what can you celebrate, basically? So I'll let you know about Friday morning, but I don't think it's going to happen. So it's going to be Thursday morning, then back on Monday. You've done 17 change. Fabulous, mate. Good stuff. Take me out off to you. Oh, it's nice though, isn't it? It really is. Hi, darling. Happy anniversary. It's been a tough paper round of me at divorce after that. Oh, she'll agree. I think she'd agree with you, Tom, to be fair. It is tough, isn't it? I'm not saying, we're at each other's throats. We're not. We've got a good marriage, but I'm just saying, you have to work at it, don't you? You do. You have to work at it. Obviously, we're happily married, but you still have to work at it. That's what being happily married is about, isn't it? In my experience, working at it, that's the fun. Hope she doesn't watch these back. Fish stuff. Liam. My dirty mind again, Liam. Sorry, bud. Tom can take over on Friday. Yes! Maybe you should. Maybe you should jump on. That would be amazing. Are you jumping on, Tom? Let me know. You're welcome to. I'll give you my login. Get yourself on. Call some trades out. Call some levels out. These ledgers will love it. Would you take her to the Shard? You know what, Sam? I was going to the Shard, dude. I was going to the Shard. I was going to the Shard. But it didn't work out. So I ended up booking it and getting my money back for it. But now the price of it's gone up so much. It's ridiculous. So was meant to be going for 2 days to London. And I was supposed to be going to the Shard. But what happened was, plans changed and we didn't have somebody that could look after Henry for us for the 2 days. So we cancelled it. But the price, when we booked it, the blinking price has nearly doubled. I think it was only like $380 a night, I think it was, when we booked it. Looked at the moment, the price is like £700 a night. Like, that's proper Astro stuff, that is. So, like it wouldn't be possible. We can't do it, and I don't want to go to London for one night either. It's too much of a hassle from where we live in Staffordshire. You're talking like 2 hours, 2 hours 20. You can get some trains that do it in 1:30, but they're like massively expensive. It's cheaper to fly. I could get a flight from Manchester to Heathrow, and it'd be cheaper with British Airways, business class as well, and it's cheaper than the train. Work that one out. How much is the Shard? Right, so Nick, the Shard it ranges. So if you book it in certain dates or whatever, you can get it for about 400 quid. But at the moment, it's ridiculous. It's like 700 for the same room. So I wouldn't be paying that for nothing. Definitely not. Even if I was a millionaire, I wouldn't pay that. Like 700 quid for one night in a hotel when you check in at 3 and you're out at like 10 or 11. Like, that's just crazy to me. If you're trying to promote your guru lifestyle or whatever, then it might be worth it. But I'm just not, and I would much prefer to just go somewhere for a couple of £100 and still have as much fun and just save the 500. Maybe that's a trader in me. I don't know. Let me check the scales. You know what? That wouldn't surprise me if Tom is on the scales now, checking his weight, making sure he's all right to come on the screen. Didn't know you could stay there. Yeah, you can, Nick. Where are you from? The UK or somewhere else? You can stay in the Shard. It's called Shangri-La by the Shard. So if you go onto Shangri-La's website, they do the hotel, which is part of the Shard. I mean, obviously it's lovely. It looks fantastic. It really does. There's a pool. There's an infinity pool at the top of it and stuff like that. You know, it looks the dog's bollocks. It really does. I'm not going to deny that. It looks fantastic. But I'm still not going to overpay for it. If it was the average rate, which it was all last year of 400 quid, I would be tempted to go down even for a night and take it and do it, but not for like nearly 700. I think it was like 679. Best hotel in London is Batty Langley's. Tom, you go on some right weird little trips. You do. This will be like some fucking murder, like where Jack the Ripper was born or something like that. Tom loves like a weird sort of trip. Have you noticed? I think his last 2 holidays have been out at sea to some fucking weird metal farm where there's all these big girders everywhere, and that ledger's on a boat sniffing around it like as if he's, I don't know. It's just where else did you go now? That Auschwitz Park. Like, I get why people want to go there, but to have a holiday there, he loves all the weird stuff. Tom does. I just like a nice hotel, Tom. I don't know if that's wrong with me, with a swimming pool and a nice comfy bed and a good breakfast. Tom likes all the murder mystery shit. He's around London looking at it all. Fair play to you though, lads. You like what you like, don't you? Trader Dante is Trader Dante. There's nobody else like that guy. Mate, you'll get sweets in a country spa. Yeah, you're up Glasgow, Sam, aren't you? I was up Edinburgh the other week. Lovely, lovely place, mate. Really nice. I loved it. Went up there on the train. It was fab. What an amazing place. People playing bagpipes and stuff like that around the town. Amazing. I'm into a bit of that. I really am. But it's getting up to you, Sam, and we've only got one night, which is the key. I think it's 3 hours 30 on the train from Manchester with the direct train, so it's too much for one night. Shard has got rooms for 5k a night. Yeah, that is big balls. Big balls. Am and Nat's probably in there. Sean Lee's probably stayed there for a month and then 5k rooms. Sean Lee books a Shard for 3 months at a time. Right, Trader's Ed's already put it. Yeah, he probably does. There we go. Tom, where's he off now? Dyatlov. Where the hell is Dyatlov, Tom? Where is it? What are you going there for? Everybody reading that. Like, who picks up a map and says, you know what, love? I'm going to treat you to a nice holiday. We're going to Dyatlov. It sounds like some Russian place where there's just freaking nuclear scientists or something like that. In Siberia where it's like -40. Just go Tenerife, Tom. Go to Spain and have a nice normal holiday like everybody else. You haven't got to keep going up to all these strange places. What are you trying to prove? I'd hate myself inside if I was Sean Lee. Yeah, me too. That guy's got to have some seriously bad karma, hasn't he? Colder than a witch's tit at Edinburgh. Oh, yeah, it's like... Yeah, look through Tom's Twitter, you'll see, or his Instagram, you'll see where he goes to these types of places. It's always dead strange places. He'll never just go for like a bed and breakfast or a seven night in Turkey. Like, he just won't. I don't know why. You'll never see him just like, you know, in the Costa Blanca or the Costa Dorada on a bed and breakfast. He'll be like holed up in some freaking Siberian park or something like that where there's werewolves. It's crazy. Tom doesn't like flying. Yeah, that is a point. He should do though. It's one of them. You've got to. I didn't like flying, Sam. I really didn't. And then once I got into it, I tell you how I changed my outlook on it. I went and watched all the planes taking off all day. So I went to an airport and I really enjoyed watching the planes taking off. And just watching hundreds of them at Heathrow take on and off all day and realising that none of them were going to crash. It sort of convinced me to get on a plane. But when I was like 18, 19, 20, I hated flying. And then now I'm a massive AV geek. I love it. But if you get Flight Radar on your phone and you pull your phone up and get an app and you can see how many yellow dots there are all over the globe that are in the air, it sort of calms you down a bit and you start thinking like, well, maybe my thinking is just sort of an irrational fear and I need to sort of get over it. So that's how I did it. That's my stomach rumbling again. Bang on time. He should do, shouldn't he? I'd watch that, Steve. I've told Tom he should get on YouTube. I've told him he should do. I'd watch anything that Tom put on YouTube. I really would. He should do videos. A couple of videos a week. 2 trades of the week. He should go on live. I could picture Tom in Benidorm wearing an unbuttoned flower shirt, drinking a pina colada. Yeah, me too. I would definitely watch that. Watch planes all day. Yes, Tom. Tom, you've got planes right over your house as well. Tom's house is very close to Sion. I won't give you the exact details, but Sion, the planes from Heathrow come right over Sion. Because when we booked Sion Park, Hilton, me, my wife and my lad, we actually went down there and booked the room that faces the hotel where the planes take off. So we sat there in the morning at 5:30 and watched every single BA plane come right over our hotel room. And other people would think that's crazy, but to us that was amazing because we saw all the jets like the 747s and the Dreamliners come right over the top of our hotel room. So Tom lives pretty close to it. So he can see that planes fly because they're going over his head all day. I love it. I really do. It's sad, but I do. It's the size of the plane seat that puts him off. Probably. Yeah, it's a proper guru thing, that is, isn't it? To go business class with you when you're flying. I've got quite a few air miles. That's another sort of hobby of mine, as I collect air miles, Avios and Virgin points. I've got loads of them. I wished I had as many airline miles as I've got in money. Like if I had as many pounds as I've got airline miles, I'd be well retired by now. Put it that way. But I do. You woke up at 5 a.m. to watch the planes. Yes, sir, I did. We loved it. We were on the balcony. Me, my wife and my boy were. With Flight Radar on. And we were watching where they were going. Like some were going to South Africa, Kenya, Ethiopian Airlines. It was amazing, Tom. Loved it. Spent all morning just watching them. It was dead good. Tom's postcode. Turn this off immediately. What's wrong with that, Tom? We've all got to have a hobby, haven't we? You like going to fucking murder mystery places, pal. I don't think my AV geek stuff's as weird as that. So yeah, I might call it a day on that Legis, to be honest with you. I feel like I might have done my arse by admitting to that, but it is what it is. This is the Honest Trader stream, so I'll tell you how it is. So yeah, I'll check back in tomorrow though, guys. I'll be back on. This DAX looks like it could go, but I would not want to be buying the first breakthrough balance just to point everybody out. Now, don't listen to me. That could just go straight through balance and carry on like a train all day. But I wouldn't want to buy the first break of it because it's confirmed to me that it could be a choppy day by how it's gone through this side and closed back in. I would be looking at it, thinking it more probable that we could go and probe the top and then close back in again and overlap. So I look at it like this sometimes. If you just work out that distance there and then you put that on top. A lot of the time, we normally go out the top an equal distance and then fold back in. So it's just something to think about. I live under the flight path in Richmond, and it's a great leading indicator. The more planes, the better GDP. It's bloody annoying in the summer. Right, well, Richmond. So you're another Richmond rogue, are you? Them people from Richmond, mate, tell you have to watch them. They're all dodgy geezers. Tom's from Richmond. I think he's local to that area. Oh my god, that's my stomach again. Have you got a raincoat and a flat cap? No, none of that, Mark. No, just binoculars and a camera and an umbrella mainly. But yeah, have a good day, guys. I'm gonna get Mark Heathrow. That's a great one. Trader said. That's a great one. Mark Heathrow Mala. I might have to call myself that. That's a great one. Chop chop. Yeah, have a good day, guys. I'm going to call it an end here because there's nothing going on anyway. My stomach's rumbling that loud now that you would think there was a jumbo jet coming over my house. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but it's really starting to rumble. So I'm going to see if I can go on a quick run and then come back and have some breakfast. So have a good day to all of you. It's been great. Really enjoyed this stream, and see you tomorrow morning. Just move over and end it. But have a good day. Take care.